Hey guys, welcome to JTV Extra. I'm Sandra Younger, and I'm live today. Today is not a pre-record, so I will not be in the comments like I had been in the past 3 weeks. I hope everyone has had a wonderful week, and I hope you guys have been making jewelry. Um, this week's lesson, I mean, it looks like pretty straightforward and easy, except this one's got a little bit of an extra something because when you make this bracelet, um, you figured, you could just you put your beads on, you do your macrame. But this one here, it's got a little extra something because I needed to get a specific length so that I can get the moose knots on. And I'll talk more about that in just a second. If this is your first time here, welcome. We've got such a wonderful community. We've got some extremely, extremely talented viewers. It's just like unbelievable. And you'll see their work in the slideshow that I will show in just a minute. And it is another one set to music. So at the end of the show, I will show it again because they're always like really fun to watch because I just cannot believe, the things that you guys send in. And I know that I had said that there wasn't going to be, a regular slideshow for the past couple, I think 3 weeks, but they are resuming. So anything that you've made during that time, please make sure and send it in. Oh, I just can't wait to see. You're gonna love the slideshow. Anyway, we don't have a lot of products on today's show, but we do have, we've got the cord and some beads, and of course the board. But here are the products that are on today's show. Okay, so here are the products that are on today's show. So first we have my favorite tool of all time. This picture's kind of like the board in action, but let me show you what you get. So we have both the travel and then the original, and both of them come with the hardware, and they each come with a DVD and an ebook, and you do get like some more information. You get a password to the Naughty Lessons website, and there's so much like information and like additional lessons under the JTV tab on my website. So if a lot of you don't know that, if you go to my website and you click on JTV on my homepage, there are tons and tons of lessons there. So if just I can't even like explain I think there's over like 50 or 60 lessons, and I teach like braiding, knotting, macrame, moose knots. Look at that, a pendant down on the bottom right hand side, really cool knot. So and you get like needles, flip bobbins. Let me see if I can like show you these needles are awesome. The flip bobbins are great for like when you're doing like a long macrame. You could wrap your cords in there. It's just so really cool. And they come with like anti-slip feet. These are heavy, they're thick, they don't warp, they don't dry out. They're just like really amazing. You've got the bead and ring size chart. And I mean, if you like making like jewelry with stringy materials, you're gonna love this thing. So it's just like fantastic. So that is the Knotty-Do-It-All, the big board and the small board. And let's see, next we have the wax cord, a 1 millimeter, a 2-ply, 160 yards. And one thing I like about this stuff is that you can melt it, and it comes like apart really easily. Let me see if I can grab this one. You just barely like twist it a little bit, and so if you need like the same version of the cord but thinner, it's just really really easy to split. So this let's see, it comes with a set of two for $29.99. Great stuff. Let's see what else we have here. Ooh, okay. These are the black Tibetan, the Z-inspired bead strand, set of 3 in assorted shapes and sizes. And this is what the big one looks like here. I mean, you could see from the picture, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of the size. So they're big, they're chunky, and that's what I used for the bracelets. Where did they go? Oh. I'm going to be showing you how to make today. So really cool, just really nice looking beads. And the other ones are like these melons. But they have like a real, I like the vibe. It's got like I don't know, just really cool. Like I guess African, because it says here African inspired Z beads. So those are your Z beads. And let's see what we have next. Oh, this is our last product. Oh, we don't have too much today, but these are the antique silver tone textured 6 by 4 millimeter. And the picture on the left, guys, this is like a macro shot, like super macro, because they're not like gigantic like they look there. But 6x4, that's what they are. You get a lot of them. I mean, these are fantastic because I like putting like little beads at the ends of like when I make a bracelet. Like, let me show you these two bracelets that I have on here. Like, you know, sometimes I like putting like little things at the ends of like bracelets, and these beads are like perfect. Let me, oh wait, let me grab some here while you wait. Let's see what we got. So that way you can get a better idea of like, see that? So they're not like gigantic. They're a good weight. They're so cute. I mean, they're such a pretty design. So anyway, so that is the last product, the antique silver tone textured 6x4 millimeter. Okay, so those are the products on today's show. And you know what? I think this project is going to go by pretty quickly. So I know a lot of you know how to make stretch bracelets, but I'm just going to, at the end, just like if I have like 5 minutes left over, I'll just make the knot again because, you know, oddly, I mean, I have it on my website. You know, I try to like talk about it a lot because, you know, who doesn't like a stretch bracelet like once in a while? You know, you just don't have a lot of time. You just want to throw something together. So I'll show you at the end like how to do the knot if we have time. But I'm very excited. Here's our customer show for the last 3 weeks because remember I didn't have one, so I kind of put it like together in a slideshow. Well, those are, isn't that just a beautiful slideshow? And if we have time, which I think we will, because this project is going to be pretty like straightforward, I will run it again so you guys could watch it again. But I want to tell you, if you have Brilliant Cash, make sure and check your account. All you got to do is like log into JTV. So if you've ever purchased anything, I mean, here are some of the Brilliant Cash that you might have if your birthday month, first time purchase. Oh yeah, well if you're a first time purchaser, you'll get the $40 credit. But on your birthday month, you get $20. The anniversary of your first purchase. The refer a friend, the Sparkle Ambassador Refer a Friend, you get $25 for anybody that you refer, and your friend gets 25. And then you can see the percentages back on, credit card purchases or just regular purchases. And returning customers, you get $30 after, what did it say, 365 days? Let me check that again. Yes, $30 after 365 days. So if you like anything on today's show, you could just check your Brilliant Cash and just subtract it from your total. Anyway, let's get to our lesson. I've got to master the photography. Oh, one of these days, I should do like a quick tutorial. Oh God, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? There's so many people. Lisa, oh my gosh. I'd like to say hi to everybody. Robin, Lisa, Susan, Shelley, Vicky. I'm just looking at my cell phone here. Let's see. We got Susan, Kathleen, Jamie. Hi, Jamie. Robin, Kathleen. I thought I saw Laura Lee up there somewhere. Yes, Laura Lee. Oh, the talented Laura Lee. Tread, Ella, Susan in Ohio. I just got my Z beads. The funny thing about those beads, they're Z beads, but I always say Z beads. There's a difference in the inflection because I don't know what Z beads. It makes me sound like a mysterious character. Okay, so this is a photography. Yeah, you know what? Hey, Linda, Beverly. Okay. The first thing I want to show you is, okay, last night, I was trying to make another bracelet, and okay, I'm going to be using the repeat cord, but you can, use this technique is extremely adaptable. You can use, if you're using smaller beads, you can use thinner cord. Just about any cord will do. However, I know that a lot of you have the repeat cord, right? Raise your hand if you have this stuff, and it frays like that, and then you end up not being able to get it through your bead. Let me see, where are my beads here? See that? So that's what happened, and I thought, well, you melt it, but the ball was too big. I have got the coolest hand raised. Yes, Rhonda. Last night I was thinking, what is it going to work? I found a really cool way to solve the problem. Check this out. These are really cool. Okay, let me move all my stuff. I got my cell phone here. Let me move that. Okay, this is what you do. This is cool. So you take the end of the cord, and I'm just gonna clip it here, just maybe have it sticking out about an inch or so. Just let me get this focused. Okay, and then I'm gonna clip it again, just so it doesn't move around. And just take a scrap of cord. I think let me see, what did I use? I used a scrap of S-Lon. So I'm just going to just take a scrap of S-Lon like this, and let me just get the curls. You don't have to get the curls out. It doesn't matter. Hey, Rachel, Shelley, Rhonda, Robin. Okay, and just make an overhand knot, and then just put that on there like this. Okay, just get it snug, and then you get a lighter. And then you light it up, but no, don't get these cords on the side. Just wait. See that? Whoop, hang on, let me redo the focus here. Ta-ta. Wasn't that crazy? That was so fast. And it just literally just tapered the end. Was that too fast that you couldn't see what I was doing? Because you really have to, you want me to do that again? I'll look in the comments and wait. Yeah, it is magic. Because, for the longest time, yeah. Thank you. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for all these cool compliments to come in, because that is the one thing that would drive me crazy. I thought, I wish there was a way to get it like tapered somehow. And then last night I thought, oh, I'm going to try it, and it worked. But if you want me to do it again, if you missed it, like abracadabra, but check it out. Now it's tapered and you can get it in your bead. Voila. Oh, you missed it. Okay. I'm going to do it again. Okay. Okay. I'm going to reenact the fluff because some of the like stringy materials are like really like, let me get this stuff off my hand. It's like fluffy on the end, especially the repeat cord. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's when it's not desired, it's a bad thing. Like if you're trying to like get like a bead on, there's no way it's going to happen. See that? You just like, there's no way. So I just, I clip this here and I just put like 2 clips. I got my fluff going and I take a scrap of, it could be any cord. I've used Eslon so far. I've tried, I don't know, just Eslon, I don't know, just seems to work. Okay, so let's tie, just make an overhand knot with your Eslon, just like that. And then tie it like right on the end right here. Okay, just like that. And okay, the important thing, I mean, this sounds kind of weird, but you need to get it, like do that thing when there's still a flame, because the cord, as soon as it cools, it hardens. So you need to do it when it's hot, because otherwise, it's going to form the ball, and then you won't be able to pull the string over. That's like I light it, boom, and then I pull that way. It does what it's supposed to do. So let's do that again. So you all with me? So I have the, let me see if I could like get this better focused. Okay, I'm going to lock that in, and I'm just going to put these cords aside here, and I'm going to take my lighter. I'm going to light that. And then it like makes the end like perfectly like no fluff, and it's like sealed, tapered, and it's like thinned out. Isn't that cool? So boom. So, just, exercise like caution when you're doing this. I mean, like don't do this around like a kerosene lamp, or you know what I'm saying? Just, just don't, or like alcohol. But it works. I mean, it's like amazing. It's like unbelievable. So my cool tip of the day. Did everyone's, oh, thank you. Applause. Yeah, it's cool. Thank you, Laura Lee. But it works. Yes. Finally, a solution. Because sometimes I would like light it, and then the ball would be big, and I would have to like get a single edge razor and like try to cut it at an angle. And it just, sometimes it still wouldn't work. But now, boom, look at that. Beautiful. It goes right in. Ta-ta. Okay. So now that we've got that really cool tip out of the way, I'm going to talk about this bracelet. When you're making like this style, when you just take a random like piece of cord, you put your bead on, and then boom, 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 do your macrame. However, it's really difficult to get like your moose knots on the end when it's done this way. So for this particular approach, this part is done last. But for this one, this part is done first. So we are going to do that part. So the 10 inches is about, give or take, like, when, I used to sell at shows, the 10 inches just like fit the most amount of people, because remember, it's adjustable. So for this example, I'm going to aim for 10 inches, but I know, some people have a larger wrist. So if you want to make it an inch longer, then, just make it like 11 inches, but I'm aiming for 10. And this is kind of like sort of like last week's lesson where I, was it last week? Where we had to get like evenly spaced, like exactly, what is it called? Precision is key, like lesson. Oh, you know what? I'll do the wire wrapping last. So this one is Really interesting. Okay, let me show you like why. Okay, I'm gonna get you know what? I'm gonna put the bead on first. You know what? Yeah. Okay, that was the thing. Put a bead on first because I don't know what I was thinking. I did this the middle part where I had just the strand of cord with the two moose knots and the rings, and then I'm like, how am I going to get the bead on? That was really like not too smart. So you do one moose knot, put a bead on, and then do the other one, or else there's just no way to get the beads on. So I'm gonna do this. I don't want to like have to ignite another end, so I'm just gonna cut this part here. Okay. So for the moose knot, usually, I mean this side doesn't matter, like 5 inches or so. When you do the first side, it's a little more, it's the second side that you have to like actually like pay attention and get the measurement right. So let's get this in. I'm going to measure 5 inches over, and I'm going to attach this ring with a moose knot. Let's see, my problem. Oh, you know what, Ella? I know. That's like sometimes I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. But, it was a day before yesterday, I was giving a private class, and I don't know, I think I need to tone it down because I get really excited because there's a lot to learn. And, my customer is just like, well, let me just learn how to make a moose knot and then we'll get back together. So there's the moose knot here, and tie it down and slide this over. And I'm going to come over here and trim this off. And I'm just going to melt this now because, why not while I have it in my hand. Okay. And then for this side, let's see. Okay, let me get the ring on. Let me get this one. And I'm going to measure 9 inches over from the top of the knot. And I know that I talked about this last week, but I've had customers say, well, if you're doing this at 9 inches, where does that extra inch come from? And so I mentioned that, and I'll repeat it again. Oh, this one has to be exact. So on this particular, remember I said the second one is the important one. So you have to put the fold like right at the middle of the little teeth here. See, right in here, this part is 9 inches. And after you make the knot, since you slide it, this part is that other inch that will miraculously appear. So that's like, it seems like really confusing. Like, it's like if you have a folded piece of paper. Let me see here. Like this is 6 inches. If I fold it, I mean, it's still 6 inches, but let's say I just like slide the paper over like this, that's where, it's just, this becomes like unfolded, so to say. Okay, so let me come in here and put where's my ring? I'm not going to miss my ring this time. Okay. I'm going to come in here. Sarah's photography is really good. Huh. Maybe Sarah should give a class, right, guys? I've been like eyeballing some of your like people that look like like Sabine has like this professional photography vibe going. Sarah. Because it could be tricky. Because when I first started, it was like, but I mean, I get it now. But I mean, when you first starting, it's like it's kind of tough. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Let's tap this down, and so this should be now at 10 inches. Perfect. Ooh, look at that. Perfect. Okay, so now for the cool tips. Okay, I want it exactly centered because I want perfection. So, you're just like, well, what's the best way to do this? Okay, so what I came up with is first find like the very center of this cord. So I'm going to put this in a post. I'm going to put this one in a post, and I'm going to like fold it just like that. And I'm going to take this, okay, this is, I think Pat said that this was a tailor's chalk, which I have no idea why I would own this, because I cannot sew, but here it is, and it's really like quite handy. So I have it folded, and I'm just gonna like rub it just so I can mark it like in the middle, just like that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take another one of these Z beads. Let me just make it a little more. Can you guys see that? Is my background too? Okay, so that's the middle. So I'm gonna lay my Z bead down. And I mean, luckily these are like, it's easy to see the center of this bead, so good. And then I just take this and just try to like put it to the edge and mark it there. And then, because I guess this one now is, now we can get it like centered. So did that make sense? I found the center. Since I couldn't really mark it with this one here because I can't see that like that center point. Is that not focusing? Boom. There we go. So I just used a different bead to like get at least that one mark right in here. So now when I come to do the macrame, I'm going to put a clip right there. Let's get one of those little handy clips. Okay. So I'm just going to lock that in. Okay, boom, that's locked in. And now we could start our macrame. And this was a customer request. So, I know I mentioned that earlier. So if you guys have if you find like something, a technique you want to learn or a bracelet idea, send it in. I'd love to do a show on it because, I mean, that's what it's all about. I want to like find stuff that you guys are interested in. So this was one of them. So if you have anything and I can figure it out, that like send it in. I will do my best. I mean, I don't guarantee that I can figure everything out, but I try. Okay, so I'm gonna like put this here. Okay. Is that right? Well, I did clip it on there. And let's get this over right there. Okay. So when you do the 2-color macrame, you need to start in the middle. You guys, you all knew that, right? Right? Okay. So I've already cut these, and I'm using I cut 30 and 30 because I don't know, just seemed those numbers seem to work. So then I'm going to find the center of these cords. So, and I mean, you really don't need to mark them, just like fold them in half, and then okay, right there's the middle. And then you just line up the middle with your bead. And then I'm going to just come over here and with that same clip, I'm going to like, actually, no. I forgot that I used 2 different clips. Let me get another one right there. Center. Okay, right there. Perfect. I'm going to actually, you could use this because you're going to come back anyway. Isn't that weird? You do things, and you're like, oh, that doesn't make sense. But then it's crazy because it does. So this, I'll clip right there. I think that's good. And then this one's going to come back. Okay. And now I'm going to do my regular like macrame. And this one's interesting. I'll show you. I know some of you know this because I've seen you like do it. So there's a top and a bottom. Just get it like snug, snug. And then I'm going to do a top and a bottom. Top, bottom. And then I'm going to do another top, bottom. Just to like get it like locked in there. And then I am going to turn the board around and just get it like locked in the other side just because it makes me feel better. And when you do this other side though, this is, if you do a top, I'll show you what happens. You want the pattern to be the same, because if you do top bottom going this way, the beige part is going to be in the middle. Look, watch, I'll show you. I'll just do it that way. You know what, I don't want to confuse you. You know what, I'll just do it the regular way that I just, yeah. So you do the, when you come back, when you turn it around, you do bottom, top, I think. Let me see, I'm gonna make sure, bottom, top. Yeah, you see how the beige is on the outside and the black is in the middle? But I'll just show you real quick, because it's not gonna be that like bad for me to take it apart. That if you start it the other way, the pattern is, the colors are gonna flip. So there's top, bottom. See that? See how the black is on the outside now and the beige is in the middle? Isn't that crazy? And the other weird thing is that when you flip it over, it's the other way around. Crazy. So, I mean, you can get creative with this. If you want like one side to be like run one color, you know, it's up to you. It could be a creative thing. I mean, I've seen a lot of jewelry where people have like secret codes in there. So, I mean, that's just something to think about. I don't know what secret code you could put, but, you know, something. You know, just like having all these like skills available to you. I mean, that's what the important part is. So if you so choose to do that, then that's how it's done. So I'm going to, oh, Shelly, really? Oh, that's cool though, right? Wow, well, good. I'm glad I like showed something like useful. And this is just so cool because when you turn it around, the patterns is going to be opposite. So cool. And say bottom. Uh-oh, did I mess up? Oh, yes, I did. Uh-oh. Don't want that. Hang on. Okay, I think I messed up there. Okay, there we go. Linda. Hi, Linda. You guys are just like so awesome. I really appreciate you watching the show. Now, and if you're watching from Facebook, I cannot see your comments, and I would love to like have you like join in our conversation here, and you know, just know where you're from, because I feel like so bad that after like the show, so I go on the Facebook and I see comments and that I couldn't see during the show, and I just don't want you guys to feel like I'm ignoring you. But and the oh, while I'm doing this, I'll also mention a few things, because I know a lot of you do know this, but some of you don't. On my homepage, on my website, I have a link to like the JTV shows. It's if you go to my homepage, it says JTV Extra, and if you click on that, you can like see all the past shows. So I just want you to keep that in mind, because I know a lot of you don't know that. And I know that when I do these shows, I mean, sometimes I think there's a lot of information and it could be overwhelming. So, sometimes I repeat myself in case you missed it. Pattern that you could, yeah, I know, Ella, right? Ooh, I got that one fast. And even if, back, I don't know, a long time ago, I would like do this whole like macrame thing. And maybe I would see like a mistake, and I'd be like, oh, maybe if I just keep going, it'll like disappear. Nope, it does not disappear. So if you see a mistake like that, just go back and fix it, because it will haunt you. Okay, so you know what? let me, I'm just gonna measure these as opposed to, you know what, I'll use my my original bracelet here. I'll just make these the same length. Okay, a couple of more to go. Bottom and top. I am, oh yeah, Rhonda, right? Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, Rhonda, yeah, the needles were the problem, but we got that taken care of because our bead crochet kit was out of stock for a while. Because I'm real picky about the needles, and the company that we were getting them from, they're like, oh, we don't make that size anymore, and I'm like, well, then I'll find someone else that does. Okay, so a few more. Oops, let's get over here. Bottom. Oh my God, what is Michael saying? What did you say, Michael? She has lots of other lessons. Oh yeah, yeah, yep. Lots of other lessons. Okay. I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I am working on a new website, and a lot of those videos, guys, I'm going to redo them because technology's changed, cameras have changed over the years. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to like redo some of my videos. Okay, so now we're going to come in and we are going to melt these. I love fluffing stuff. I don't know if it makes a difference or not. Just tap, tap. And in case you didn't know, Beverly. Beverly, really? Oh, I didn't. I need more information on that. Do you know if it's just Facebook overall, or is it like the Jewel School page? Because I'm really bummed out about that, because if those go, then I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, so I'm going to cut this. Oh, to YouTube simultaneously. Oh my goodness. Oh. Where did you hear that? Put them on your website. I don't think it's supposed to happen with it. Yeah, I do have the links on my website. Oh yeah. I wanted the B. Yeah, exactly. What was the question, Beverly? That like I want to make sure I didn't miss something. Oh yeah, why I'm starting in the middle is because I have like moose knots on the end, and if you do it like the regular way where you just put your string on, do this part, getting moose knots on the end is really difficult. In chat. Uh-oh. Okay. Thanks, Beverly. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm really like bummed out about that. Ooh, wow. I'm gonna find out. I will talk to the forces that be. I don't want to keep well, I just really appreciate it, Beverly. I will find out from the ultimate authority on the subject. I know who to talk to, so I'll do that. So okay, so now we've got this part, beautiful. See that now? Oh God, look at that! And then when you crisscross these over, you put your macrame slide knot, and it's perfect. I mean, the distance and everything is perfect. So you could come in and put your macrame slide knot in here. So I'm going to. The cool thing about the board, sometimes you need a little board, sometimes you need, I'm not talking about like the little one. Sometimes you just need just a small part of the board, but sometimes, I kid you not, some projects go all out crazy. I'm going to save them all onto my external hard drive. Just needs to save server space. Wow, I don't know what the deal is. Okay, so I'm gonna take 16 inches. I don't know why. I always like pick 16 inches for my macrame slide knots. I love macrame slide knots. So I'm going to come in here and just do a slide knot. Oh, see, I don't know if it includes oh, 30 days. Okay. Okay, so what's see, I don't know a lot about Facebook. I feel embarrassed saying that, but I use Instagram. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I post once a week. You just maybe sometimes a couple of times a week, just to announce like the JTV Extra Show, just like as a reminder. And I just mentioned like what I'm going to do. But one thing I really want to do is an Instagram Live, which I think would be a lot of fun. I just haven't worked out the day of the week. I mean, I've got everything like ready to go, but I just don't know of a good like, date and time. But, if I do the Instagram Live, guys, don't worry. I will like put out a post saying on X date at this time. I'm not just going to pop up and then you miss everything. Because, I'd like to like give you guys like a heads up. Let's see. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so let's see. Someone who has full access as a manager can quickly download the tutorials so they can be uploaded. I think I'll look into it. But I think if you go to the Jewel School page on YouTube, I think a lot of the videos are there as well. So just a FYI. Tap tap. And it's really important in case you're new to the macrame slide knots. That little tab is what keeps the knot in like from coming apart. It's really important that you leave enough like material just to kind of like form it into a little, like I call them a little button. So right there, then tap tap tap. And then let's see how we're doing on time. 42. I think we got time. I'll do. I know a lot. I know most of you, or not, if not all of you, already know how to. I'm going to sign up with PayPal today. Oh, just do it, girl. I know everything like that is okay. I'll do that, Michael. Okay, I'll email you too, Rhonda. Because I mean, it'll like have like valuable information. Maybe some of the stuff will be like repeated and you'd be like, oh, I know that. But you know what? Sometimes it's really interesting when, you do the same technique, but you use different materials. It's like, thing looks completely different. It's just like, it's like mind blowing. I think it's why I really like working with stringing materials because of that, how you just change like one little thing and, it just completely changes the whole vibe, the whole look. And I'm not even explaining what I'm doing. Ugh. I'm doing that. And you know what? I know that some people, they'll get this, they'll do this, and then they'll do like wrap it like that. But I like to get my thumb really like close in there and just, I don't know. That's the way I do it. I don't know. I'm sure lots of you do it that way. I'm not showing you anything new, but I mean, wire wrapping, God, if you don't know how to do this, one thing I learned, it's really important to use the right kind of wire, because when I first started, I bought a box of like the cheapest of the cheap that I can find. And it had steel in it. Big mistake. Because steel has a lot of, oh, you know what? I just messed up. I was supposed to put that on here. I'll just do one, put it on, and then I'll move on. Yep, okay. What? Let's see, I get to avoid all this by avoiding Facebook. Yeah, me too, Pat, because I feel embarrassed, but I don't think I've posted anything to Facebook in like, I don't know, 10 years. And I feel really bad because I've had like customers like message me on Facebook, and then I find the message like 2 years later, and I feel so bad because I didn't answer them. But Instagram works for me, or you can just email me at my website. So now I'm going to put this on. I should have done this. Okay. Yes, I know, Rhonda. I know. That's like, mom's like, ah, that happens to me all the time. I really have to like be paying attention. You are just so, I bet Rhonda was like the person in her class that like listened to the teacher, like every like word the teacher said, because you really pay attention. I mean, this is not the first time that you have caught me messing up on something. Ah, every teacher's dream. Okay, so let's just pretend like I did the other side, and look at that. It's like your perfect, beautiful Z bracelet. Yeah, You're just being like, oh my God, look at that. That's, I actually really like this. It just looks so well made. And, with all the tips and tricks of getting it centered, just like the little stuff, and then having these really cool little balls on the end, it just like gives it that over the top look, extra touch. Okay, so I am going to move on to the stretch bracelet, in case you don't know, but I know you guys know, but let me find my elastic. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. I know I did it. Is it here? Oh yeah, there it is. Let's grab this out. Right there. I have some of the Z beads. Okay, I'm gonna learn to say it right. On this one, what I did was I put one of these bigger beads here, and then I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 8 and 8. And then I have my large hole bead here, because you know that you gotta cover that knot. Ugh. There's this forum that I go on to like once in a while, and people post pictures of their stretch bracelets, and then there's that knot, and I don't like the knot. Cannot show, guys. If you want it just done, the best professionalist way. And honestly, you know what I really wish? This would be like really cool if some company, hello, would make large hole beads that were hollow inside, specifically for like the knot on the stretch bracelet. Because the thing is, you want to use like a bead that's like, see how this one, it's like, it's got the hole, but then it's hollow inside. I mean, you can have large hole beads like, let me just grab one here, like that one. But the hole is like tubular. See, the guy could see you guys right through there. So it's more like a tube rather than like a dome. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not confusing anybody. Yeah. So that way you could pop the knot in. I mean, if worse comes to worse, you could use a larger size bead and then put a GS Hypo Cement, which I think is kind of like a temporary fix, but no. So when you get your like stretch cord, just kind of stretch it out. Oh, Rana, you know what? It's pretty, okay, Jenny, I like, this is such a tough one. I like the 1 millimeter. The thing is, it's going to depend on like, because some stretch elastic is more expensive than others. If you're going to sell something, I would definitely use the best that you can, which in my opinion is either Opalon or a Griffin stretch cord, because they do make a stretch cord. If you want something more economical, let's say it's for you know, cosplay, like a $1 bracelet sale at like your school fair, then like Stretch Magic is, you know, the better choice because, you know, it's just more economical. Buy yes, thank you. You know, and stretch bracelets are like kind of fun because even though most of the ones you see are just like real basic like this, like you know, you just put the thing there, you can actually get really, really, yeah, elonga. Yes. And one, I love the snap. Oh, I wish I had my stretch bracelet pile here. But one thing I like about Elonga, it's just a very snappy. I've had problems with hiding. Yeah, the stretchy knot. I put an extra knot. Yeah, and then I can't hide the knot. That's Pat, that's where that having a collection of like large hole beads. I mean, yeah, Beverly, right? Fast, easy. Okay, so what you do, I'm just going to give you the, in my opinion, the best knot for the job because I've seen these like surgeon's knots, and when I pull on that bracelet, they just come right apart. But this knot that I do is like the overhand. It just seems to work. So stretch your cord out a little bit. And when you like tighten the knot, don't, okay, let me back up a bit. When you put the bead on, you don't want your cord stretched out skinny and then you're forcing the bead on. You want your beads to be able to move like loosely like this because it's going to cause like problems with the beads not like doing what they're supposed to. So loose. So make sure that, and there are different thicknesses of stretch cord. So, you know, if you need something thinner, but I don't trust a 0.5 millimeter stretch cord because I don't know. I've seen people make these stretch bracelets with 0.5 and I won't do it. For something like that, thin beads with holes that small, I would go for beading wire every time. 0.5, no way. Unless, like I said, it's for like a costume, cosplay, or, you know, whatever. Or if you just don't want to. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the knot. Stretch just a little bit, you know, just not depth stretch, just boom, boom, boom. Just give it a little bit of like stretch it out. And then you bring the ends together. It definitely, let's see, the definite, what? Okay, hang on. The definitely pads the 10-second rule. Any jewelry that takes more than 10 seconds to put on doesn't get worn. Whoa. You know what? Oh my God, Pat, you're right. Because this morning when I was getting ready for the show, I'm like, there was this one bracelet that I wanted to put on and it took more than 10 seconds and I almost didn't wear it because it had like the clasp and the chain, and I'm right-handed, so the clasp was on the wrong side, but I did opt for these easy, like macrame bracelets, easy on, easy off. You're absolutely right. And I think that's when I teach a lot of my lessons, I do adjustable slide knots. For me, clasp and chain is secondary because 10-second rule. If you can't get it on quickly, it's not going to get worn. You're very right. Okay, so let's do this. So you have your beads on, and it's real simple. I use a knotting awl, just and I just hold it on anything, just anything you can, and I just after I'm going to hold it like right here and right there. Put my fingers. See that? I'm not putting any stretch into this part here, and I'm going to come in here and make an overhand knot. Right there. I'm going to bring both of the cords through. It can be a little tricky, but it's, you know, you're the boss. No, let's do it again. You know what? Maybe if I just feed, you know what? I'll just do that. Nope. Let's do it again. And as far as like how much cord you need to cut off, I mean, that's that will vary with experience because the better you get at this, you know, the shorter the cord you can use. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to tie this over, have my fingers right there at the top of the beads. Come on, Sandra, grab and, okay, perfect. I'm going to pull these through, and I'm going to put a knotting awl right in there. And then I'm going to move roll the knot. But I don't want to like put any stretch on this part of the brace. I just want to get that knot as close as I can. Okay, then I boop, 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 boop. Just kind of stretch it. And what I do next is I put an overhand knot on each of these right here and right here. And I kid you not, every single time I've tested, like, you know, this way of doing it versus like some of the ways I've seen online, this one wins every time. Okay, so I'm going to come in here as close as I can. I'm going to like keep going to the tip of the, ooh, let's get it, get it, get it. Ah, as close as you can. Okay, and then I'm going to do this side, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Because what these little overhand knots do is they lock in that bigger knot. Okay, so I'm just stretch, stretch, fiddly. Ooh, boom, 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 boom. Okay, now I'm going to come in here, and I'm not going to use my beautiful wire cutters. Don't use wire cutters, guys. I do that, and it's bad. Because wire cutters are for cutting wire, not stringy materials. Okay, so let's cut this and stretch, stretch. And then that this bead, you just pop it into the, let's get that in there. See, I wish, sometimes you gotta like stuff it. That's like, I wish someone would like come up with, I'm going to find something to stuff this, maybe a needle. Let me see what we got here. Come on. Ah, perfect. Now that is not coming off. See that? And that's and this, by the way, I'm using the cheap stuff because, you know, no point wasting the good stuff. I watch a few beading channels from the UK. They use that term frequently. Ooh. I have this one bracelet that I love. Okay, there we go. See that? Beautiful. Let me like zoom out. So your stretch cord, you got the knot in there, and then you've got your beautiful bracelet, and it's going to last as long as possible because when you take it off, you just like roll it off, and it's going to last a long time. I would tell JTV to find, you know what, Shelly? I'm going to do that. How am I doing on time? Oh, we've got just about the right amount of time left to do that beautiful customer show again. You guys want to see that, right? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this show. I really liked, I mean, look at that. I mean, and this is the stretch bracelet thing. This is just like an example of like how you could like design like your bracelets. It's just so cool, quick, easy, and Pat, I'm with you, the 10-second rule. Anyway, you know what? We are out of stock on them, unfortunately. So I used to sell them, but we don't have any more. Anyway, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining the show today. And let's see, I want to like read like some of the comments. Oh, Cindy, for this demo, I used Stretch Magic, but the one that I recommend is Griffin. So because it's the longest lasting, and if you're using like Z beads or bigger beads like this, it's just going to like be like a better cord because these beads are like pretty thick. All right, guys, here is the customer slideshow again. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week.